One of the most attractive things about a feminine woman is her ability to play. Men don't naturally have this. Like, they have their little like boy time when they're with the boys, but like that's not a natural tendency they have, especially high value men. Their drive is their purpose and getting in the provider role. And so when you can bring out this like playfulness, this makes you so attractive. And you might be thinking, yeah, Laura, but I don't naturally play. And that's just your trauma protecting. All of us have played in our lifetime. If we strip back, because this whole journey is about remembering who you were before the traumas of your past happened, right? And so if you strip back all the layers of protection that told you it wasn't safe to play, that told you that you had to grow up, that told you that you had to be an adult because that's the world that we live in. If you strip all of that away, there's a giddy part of you that wants to come alive, that wants to laugh with her girlfriends, that wants to jump around and, I don't know, play games, play tag, climb trees. Like, there's a part of you that's there that wants to come alive, and it's going to look different for each and every one of you. But the part that makes you so attractive and the part that getting your guy and getting your match is bringing this out. Like, how playful can you be? He's serious all throughout the day. He's serious with the boys. He's serious in whatever mentorship he has. He's serious in his career. He's serious in his fitness. He's serious in his life. And so it's this part of you that just comes out where it's just like you want to play with him, climbing on him, jumping on him, like being this version of yourself where you're like flirty, not like the immature playing where it's like roasting, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not fucking it. It because men are very sensitive. Like, that is not actually what they want. But when you can bring out this giddy, childlike joy from you, it makes you so irresistible, because then you start to balance the stuff where it's like, oh, she's like this element. It's like an onion, right? It's this element that she's like this seductress, and she has this sexual tension that she can create in the room. And then she has this part of her that it's like she just rocks the world, and she's leading in her career, and she has one of the wildest and strongest minds that this man gets to know. And then there's this part where it's like she's so nurturing and she's so caring and she's so there and present. And then there's this other side where it's like she gets to play and this giggle and like there's so much to her, and it's so fun being around her. And men they start to know, they start to understand this, of the more they can provide safety for you and the more that they get to know you, the more layers they get to see. And this creates, again, a mission for them. So they get to see this part of you and they're like, she's letting her walls down. This boss ass babe is over here and has this side that no one else gets to see. And she's only showing it to me. Just like how you feel when he starts to show you his soft side, when he takes off his CEO hat, his driven man hat, and he's showing you his heart and his vulnerability. And you're like, oh, this part. He only gives it to me. I feel so special. That is very powerful. And that's what he's looking for. So when you can come home and you can, shift out of these things, it's really important. So a way that you can even do this is, I call it transitioning. So I run many elements of my company. It's international. We have the podcast, we have the branding, we have the marketing, we have the coaching, we have the relationship, we have the brand, like the courses. Like, there's so many parts to my business, right? I wear a lot of hats that we are dishing off. But when I have date night, or when I know I'm going to see my man, I go on a walk. I take a shower. I wash my hands. I do something that gets me from CEO to soft feminine woman. I play in these different parts. I play with him. I giggle. After I do that, I can transition into this, like, I am safe in this element. And now I get to let you in. And this was one of those things, even with my branding and my marketing and things of this way. I said men and marketing are the same thing for our mastermind, and feel free to ask me about it. But one of the things I would think about was, I'm really good at being liked. Really good. Like a puppy. Everyone likes me. But the thing that really made people fall in love with me is the fact that I am really fucking silly. Like, I am a child stuck in an adult body because of all the work that I've done on myself. Because when you do the type of work, you actually strip all the layers and you start to realize, like, that is all what everyone is. But the thing that makes men go crazy about me is that because they see me as a on a street, they're like, you're very intimidating. I'm this like boss CEO. I walk a certain way, my face looks a certain way, I speak a certain way, I present myself in a certain way. And then I'm also this like sexual human being, not that like whatever, but like I flirt with the world. Like I come in the world and they're like, this bitch, and the way she moves her hips, we know what's up. But then they get to see this version of me, this like living sanctuary, like nurturing, like giggly little kid that like not a lot of people get to see. And so when they see it, that's usually when they fall in love. No joke. And I was thinking about this with branding. And I was like, oh, how can I bring this into my brand? And so you guys get to now see more of this because I realized that was the behind the scenes that was missing of like this part that makes people fall in love is the thing that a lot of people wish they could tap into. And so doing this type of work, doing the inner child work around this, doing the unblocking around this so that you can really open this part up because this makes you a high value woman. This makes you so irresistibly attractive to this man because he's peeling back these onions and he gets to see a part of you that a lot of people don't see. So I'm excited to see this part of you come alive.